How's it going, guys? It's me, Shane. I'm here to give you another Digimon Beatbreak episode review. Today's episode is episode 5, Half and Half. And I ain't talking about Arnold Palmer's, and I'm not talking about the hit sitcom from UPN. So before I go even further, please hit that like button, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you'll be notified of more reviews like this one. And I'm going to need you to go ahead and click right there. Go to that Patreon link. Whatever you choose to donate will be graciously appreciated. And make sure you share this video. So, this was a fun episode. This is a pretty damn good episode. And this is actually the first two-parter that we got. Well, that's not true. I guess you can count the first episode, you know. But we knew at the end of that episode that he was going to fight. Like, it ended off on a hero shot. Here, it's like, oh, dang. People are in trouble. So... let me make sure I got some stuff. So, what's this episode about? Essentially, and it's all connected to the last episode. So while the crew is talking to Makoto about, the stuff that's going on, we got this basically Yakuza. They go by the name of Koala-kai. God, Cobra Kai, really? Goodness gracious. And they're going up, evicting people, kicking people off of this land so they can build a massive giant casino resort. Through funny mishaps of smelling food, Gekomon and Tomoro go to this place, and I believe the name of this place, because I'm going all around with this one. Name of this what's the name of this town? I think it's called it's called Everyone's Town. Hiragahama East Shopping Street. Damn, that is hard to say. I'm pretty sure I misspelled that. They got tons of shops at this place, and it looks like modern era Japan in a way. In modern, I mean like right now, not some 2050, like right now. Like there is a Yamato sweet shop. Yamamoto shop, Tanaka sweet shop. There's a guy offering meat kebabs, and there's a lady offering chicken meat cutlets. Tons of stuff going on. Hold on, what else is here? Because I made sure to write some of this stuff down so we can get the gist of it. There's also a bathhouse, right? And it doesn't look like anybody has Sampo Thomas, because they don't, but we'll get into that in a minute. They show up, the bad guys show up, wanting to kick everything down, and then Pandamon shows up to defend them, and inadvertently, Gekomon gets involved because the guy held the meat cutlet lady at knife point, drops a meat cutlet, and he goes insane. Kick those dudes' butts because Pandamon is hurt. It looks like you can kind of tell early on he doesn't have a lot of E-pulse. Now, before I go into the different Digimon in here, because towards the end of this episode, we see Astamon. And Astamon, the Kinkimon, I like the fact that these are rarely used Digimon. Though we've seen Astamon in Cross Wars, and we've seen Pandamon. I think that was also, I think it was in Adventure 2020. But let's get some of these pictures. First of all, Pandamon having that deep, heroic voice. Didn't see that coming. But I like it, right? So, get a look. Oh, wait, no, almost spoiled the rest of the stuff I was trying to show. We got this. When they tried to attack, he grabbed both. And I was sitting there thinking to myself, isn't Pandamon like ultimate level Digimon, if not Mega? This is the baby upset about the cutlets. And this is the baby with I love the funny faces that this Digimon makes. Excuse me. Hilarious. Let's talk about these Digimans first. So initially, actually, let me make sure. Did I get a picture of that? I did. And of course, these jackasses wear a mask. And by mask, I mean ski mask. Anytime there's a night filter on these things, everything comes up blue. Kind of reminds me of Dan to Dan when when that sumo alien came through and everything was blue when I was trying to show it to you. Anyway, Kinkymon, better Kinky, not Kinky. Kinky. This Digimon look familiar, but it's never shown up. This is the first time we get to see it. So again, I like it. I like it when the series do that, when we get new Digimon that exists, but they haven't shown up before. So it's an armor Digimon, right? When armor evolved when using the Digimental or Digi-Egg of friendship. So remember, armor Digimon can either range in their power from being champion / adult or ultimate / perfect level Digimon. So they shift somewhere on that scale depending on what they are, or maybe the Digimon they came from. Magnadramon is of an mega level Digimon, so is Rapidmon Gold form. So this thing here says because its right hand's become a forklift, and the left hand's become a shovel, is a heavy machinery Digimon able to complete any kind of construction work. It runs on electricity and charges itself with the plug on its tail. Special move, swinging its crane around its back. It's called Crazy Crane. Kind of sounds like Crazy Taxi. Heavy Bulldozers, the other move it has. The first Digimon I see on here is Armadillomon, actually, and when you go on Wikimon, Armadimon is what they... Oh man, I forgot the Japanese name for that. Armadillomon makes sense because it's yellow. I can see that. If you give it the egg, it'll turn into this forklift thing. I can see that. Oh yeah, it does have a plug on its tail. Huh, handy. This thing showed up in Digimon Story. I did not know that. I did not know that it showed up in there. Really cool. Also was a card. You guys don't care about that though. Let's look at Pandamon before I accidentally call him Panda Man again. This is the official artwork that I've already shown you what it looks like. But yeah, I was right. Pandamon is an ultimate level Digimon, or perfect in Japan. Puppet, data type. I forgot, what is this guy? Oh, this guy's also a data type. Ooh, even. Metal Empire. What's this other guy? Also metal. Wow, we got a little even match here. So this is a puppet Digimon with the appearance of a panda. No duh. Lacks expression and emotion and a blunt personality. Has no charm at all. That is the opposite of Pandamon in this show. Very charming. Very chivalrous. Although it considers itself a lone wolf, it's thought that it's secretly jealous of the popular Manzemon due to its similar appearance. Manzemon is also an ultimate level Digimon, so I can see that. However, since it is surprisingly powerful, meddlesome opponents will have the tables turned against them. Its population is small, so it's rarely seen, like a panda. Its special move is attacking with claws hidden in its paws. Animal Nail. Pandamon was adopted from a winning Digimon entry in the art contest belonging to Mr. Taichiro Azuma from the Miyagi prefecture. Didn't know that. Salsa Punch, Unasho, and Shodan are the other moves. First time this thing showed up, tell me I'm right. Oh no, first time it showed up was in Digimon Frontier. I was off. Never showed up in 2020. But it also showed up in Savers movie, Cross Wars, Evil Death General in the Seven Kingdoms. I think that was season 1. Ghost Game. So here we are. Oh wow, they used the same screenshot that I took a picture of. That was a cool shot. Like catching both of the weapons, the pipe and the kendo stick. Yeah, that was actually cool looking. So, and Astamon, Mon, which before I remembered his name, I just called him Gangstermon, like because he looks like a, Al Capone Mon, right? Which this dude is also my ultimate level Digimon / perfect if you like the Japanese names. Virus type, which means Virus has an advantage against Data. If you sometimes that matters, sometimes that doesn't, right? Although it's ultimate, it possesses the power to surpass that of an ultimate, and is the Prince of the Dark Area, which governs a legion of demon Digimon. It shows cruelty to his enemies and kindness to his friends, and because of that, charisma is expected to gain considerate number of followers among demon Digimon. This move is called Oro Salomon, which is the Tommy gun move right there. And Oro Salomon is the name of the Tommy gun. Hellfire is the name of just shoot. Could have just named it Shoot Gun. Yep. Cross Wars, Hunters That Lived Through Time. That's the last season of Cross Wars, which arguably I liked a lot more than the rest of the series, if I'm going to be honest. Lack of Metal Greymon, but I enjoyed it. So let's talk about their backstories, because I refuse to go play by play with this one, because this was fun. I just want to talk about it, right? Like, Pandamon's backstory is that apparently, and see, because this place is old. This place is old and different. No one has sapotamas. As a matter of fact, the kebab guy called them stupid egg things, or the sapo egomatics or whatever. And the older lady who sells the meat cutlets, she's saying, society is whack, because of course Tomoro is a teenage jackass, and it's like, this place is weird. And it's like, no, society is what's weird. Who cares about having the perfect life? Just live your life. Which, I'm telling y'all, there's some underlying BS here, and I'm dipping in stuff I'm gonna talk about later. But think about it. There are places, and I'm assuming around them was kind of like this old place too, that has that old current feel to it, while everything else is super futuristic. And then other places are just in ruin. I was wondering if there are people that are like not on board with this, and there are. And it's not just the older people, because she said anyone that lives there, if you want to live here, you can live here. Anyone wants to live here can live here. And all the people that live there don't use those things, although they still take credits. Like when we get to the bathhouse scene, it's $480 for an adult and $300 for middle school. So does high school count as an adult then? And how do you get your credits? I'm assuming that I couldn't tell you, but the boss, or should I say he's the boss of this place, because Pandamon works with the Panda-gumi, like the Shinsengumi, the old, I guess you can call them the sword police force during the Bakamatsu era, or Meiji era, if you will. Thank you, Rurouni Kenshin. I need to finish that series. So it's kind of some mirroring here, right? And his name is Sasatake. Sasatake thinks that Pandamon feeds on souls, which, when you think about it, Epos is your soul. It literally is your soul when you think about it. So he sees him eating the guy, he about to ice this brother up. Dude about to get all iced over. And he looks at Pandamon stops, and he's just like in tears. It looks like he don't even really want to do it. As a matter of fact, he fought. I'm so good. Past me is so good when watching this stuff. You got this right here. He's just like, I don't want to do this. I'm sick. And I love that Sasatake is like, yeah, apparently they need a C or D or E something pulse in order to survive. And so he offered his soul. Now, here's the thing here. Look at this. And when he did it, he got all chilled and he freaks out. And so they did a bond. And their bond is it's like that of a parent and a child. So they did the old school, you share the cups. If you've watched One Piece, I almost called him Old Beard. Whitebeard did this with all of his kids. That's why they're his kids. Or you do this with an ally or an enemy or a trusted rival, kind of like Shanks when he brought the offering. But this is here exchanging the cups of parental bond here. So because of that, Pandamon does not feed on anyone but him. But the thing is, he believes since he's old, his soul isn't as strong and powerful. So let's translate that. Probably because he's older, his E-pulse isn't as strong. And we saw Pandamon like struggle a little bit, because you see a little egg go zzz, and he's losing energy. Now see, my thing is, Tomoro, if you weren't such a jackass, could have just offered Pandamon some of your E-pulse, since your E-pulse is super juiced. Also, I like this concept that Pandamon is not his Digimon. They accept anybody, whether you're a Digimon or whatever. They accept everyone there. So a giant panda showing up, they're like, whatever. And he protects them without complaining. They've relied on him heavily. So he's like, it reminds you of those old, like kind of like those Japanese movies where like the long hero who just comes in, is helping everybody. I like that. I like that. This is an interesting concept to go upon, especially since that is technically not his mon. Because when Tomoro asks if he's the Digimon's owner, he's like, I don't know what an owner is, but that's my kid. That's my boy, or that's just my kid, because they keep using they when referring to Digimon. So I want to know what y'all gonna do when Angel Woman shows up or Lady Devimon show up, because that don't look like no. I mean, isn't just, but the Digimon are called they. Interesting, they don't call them it's. Interesting, they don't call them it since they're monsters. But Digimon have emotions. There's a little bit more than the AI. What other backstory? I looked at Pandamon's backstory. The boss's backstory is he's been protecting that place for a long time. And the picture that we see where he has the other Panda-gumi, he still looks old. So he's been there protecting this place this whole time. This is what Meat Cutlet Lady tells us. And they've relied heavily on him. I guess this is his estate, which looks like a Shinsengumi like type of estate. He even has his own bathhouse, where Gekkomon takes a bath with the two younger kids and Pandamon, and then they become Kyodai. They become brother in arms, which that becomes funny. Now I'm kind of sliding into because I wanted to talk about the bond between Pandamon and Sakatama Saka. What is this guy's name? Sasatake. Just could have called him Sasuke for Pete's sake. By the way, let's look at this. Also, Panda-gumi, right? I didn't see it on the first go by, but the second go by, I was like, oh, the tiles look like a panda. I kind of want to do something like that one day. I digress. So, Pandamon, because Gekkomon says, hey, you're really cool. You know, like Dr. Bio, you know, you're pretty cool. They taking a liking to one another. It's like, hey, then you can join an equal partnership with me as siblings. He's like, we share everything, happiness, sadness, joy. Now, initially, he speaks like an adult, saying, you know, although we were born separate, we would die together. And Gekkomon's like, die? He's like, we share everything equally. And Gekkomon, oh, this baby, the little baby, the little adorable baby, thinks sharing. So Meat Cutlet, right? He thinks, oh, he comes in and eats it. And he's like, oh no, that means I gotta share food. I don't want to do it. But Pandamon goes, well, you know, it's not. Don't think of it as losing half. Think of getting twice as much. So think about it. Even though you had one meat cutlet, even though you shared it with him, look at all the cutlets he has, and you get half of all the ones he has. And so Gekkomon goes, yeah, cool. We're Kyodais. Kyodais now. And I like that. I like that Digimon can make relationships with one another just off of anything. This concept of the main character's partner, lizard, dragon, dinosaur Digimon being childlike, I like this because Gekkomon seems like more of a toddler. I call Gekkomon the baby, but seems more of like a toddler that's learning, because this is a brand new Digimon. They don't know what the hell he is. But when you think of like Gammamon was a baby. That's a baby. That is a baby learning. Gekkomon just seems like a new being, close to being a baby, but more like a toddler, because it's like it knows concepts of the digital world. It doesn't have to be taught everything, but it's still learning some stuff, and it still has a very funny way of thinking about the world. Let's talk about Pandamon and Sasatake. I already mentioned parent-child relationship. I like that too. Again, I didn't give birth to you, but hey, you my kid. And the fact that there's a Digimon that they survive on E-Pulse, this one's just like, I ain't gonna eat it. And then Gekkomon and Tomoro are still fun. I knew I almost forgot something. Y'all. So Gekkomon hates being in this bag. Again, whoever animated this, the expressions you give for the characters, especially Gekkomon, are so well done. And then I get this because Gekkomon ran off swinging with his tongue, and he's like, okay, so what if someone saw you? Then what? Very funny. Very, very funny. Gekkomon again wanted to dance. They indulged him in food. The old man got on the table and started dancing. Gekkomon did as well. Like the Gekkomon's color scheme is pink, purple, and green. Cut-in was also Gekkomon with that very overly animated liquor tongue with the saliva drivenness. Yeah. Y'all have to watch that. Again, probably won't show it here, but the adults were drinking. You got drunk. You celebrate victories. So, Gekkomon and Tomoro, their relationship actually seems like Kyodai now. You know, now that Tomoro's not just calling him Lizard. But it's funny. Now, the bad guys. There was something I wanted to say about the bad guys. I can't remember now. Let me make sure I'm not forgetting anything here. Dang, there was something I wanted to say. Oh, there was also a funny moment. Like I said, expressions where she says illegal activity. That's what I want to talk about. Illegal side jobs. When I was a kid, people were taking those all the time. And Yoshi, the old man who drives the Buick, was like you were old back then. And she's like, I'm sorry, you want to say that one more time? He's like, nope, I'm asleep. So I also like that we're tying it together, and they confirmed it out the gate. Like, I pause a lot so I can get my thoughts down. And sometimes I just let stuff run and try to get notes down. I'm thinking right now, I wonder if these are connected. And it just instantly, yeah, these are connected. Like the Yakuza guys, because the dude is straight up just like Kiryu, just dame. And they have a person who hooks them up with people to get jobs. This is probably what one of the bad guys look like. Maybe one of the main bad guys for the first part of Beatbreak, because you got to have multiple bad guys. But this guy here sets up people, right? They say, yeah, it sucks that the Machmon guy got caught, but you know, it almost doesn't even matter now. We got Kinkimon guy, and this dude wants to be paid extra because he found this dude for them. So everything is connected. Maybe we'll see this bad guy at the end of the next episode, which we'll get to in a moment. Also, the Digimon, those rifts they go into the mirror world, they can make those. I think I said in episode 2. Was that 2 with the Heiyamon? I think it was 2. If it wasn't 2, it was 3. But I was saying to myself, so do they just find these? No. Pandamon made this with the claws and just swipes. He also decided to push this into to the other realm, because if we fight here, the town can be destroyed. And I was thinking the whole time, I'm going, wonder how he's going to fight and not destroy everything. Oh, I'm going to fight and not destroy everything because I'm going to go here. By the way, why do the bad guys really don't give a damn about their Digimon? Like, yep, oh man, now I gotta run. I can't get no jobs. Just doesn't give a shit. I think I showed Astamon already, but I'm gonna show him again because that was the big cliffhanger there. Despite, and again, should be on equal footing with Kinkimon, but because he has such a low E-pulse, and since Tomoro is a dummy, he has to get some help from Gekkomon. I like the fact that they save him from getting killed. And it's like, hey, remember, we share it all together. So let's fight this thing. Gekkomon just blinds it, make it hit itself with his own attack, and he finishes it up. And then he covers Gekkomon when Astamon goes in with the Hellfire, with the brap, 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 brap. He gets hit, and I'm thinking, oh, you gonna die, aren't you? Because this episode was going way too friendly. Like, they have built up more than halfway into this episode. Oh, they are, like, Gekkomon likes him. They're friendly. Tomoro looks like, I don't know if Tomoro's on the spectrum or if he's just an asshole, but he has no emotion why Sasatake is telling this story. And he only ever really shows shock, dismay, anger. Rarely is he showing any type of soft emotion. I haven't seen him show much soft emotion outside of the first 2 episodes because my brother. So he might be a sociopath. I don't know. But yeah. I'm just like, are you gonna die? He might die. I don't know. Protects Gekomon, and we get this cliffhanger. But hold on. The name of the Yakuza guy, his name was Yuukari. Pandamon called him out by name, and I'm like, was he your owner first? Because my theory now is he was your original owner. Dude got another Sapotama. Somehow made another Digimon, which is Astamon. Pretty strong E-Pulse he has. Keeps making ultimate level Digimon. And since he wanted to do the whole shake people down thing, Mr. Shakedown, if you know, you know. And Pandamon's like, nah, I'm not doing that. I'm going to eat this egg and I'm going to run off. That'll be interesting. That will be interesting. It is adding layers to the lore of this show, and I'm appreciating it. Although the first thing I said in my notes when watching this is Gekomon needs to evolve like an episode and a half ago. We're about to go on episode 6. The next episode is the bond of parent and child, right? So, you know, the little cut-in words are like, oh, Pandamon, don't you care about, the boss? And yeah, Tomoro talking about, oh, people are so selfish and they don't care about who they leave behind. I'm thinking to myself, why are you so freaking angsty? Sheesh. He's different. No other main protagonist, dinosaur, lizard, tamer person was like this. Just like Daimon. He the only one that wanted to throw hands. Poor Daichi. We call him Davis in the West. Davis or Daichi. I can't remember his name. Is it Daichi or is it Daisuke? Whatever. He kind of felt like a dumber Tai, but more confident, right? Like a dumber Tai, but more confident. It's weird. So I'll give him credit that all the main people have different personalities. Like Takato was just like not realizing how over his head he was in. You get a lot of different people. And the last hero was a guy that can never say no, was just, he never learned anything either. So he never learned to say no, which would have been a nice little plot point, but we're not going to talk about how they dropped the ball, right? So Tomoro being like so emo, I mean, two-tone Yu-Gi-Oh protagonist hair. So I'm interested in seeing if any of my theories are correct. I hope Pandamon does not die. And if he does get beaten until he turns little, maybe he can stay with them. Or maybe he can stay with Gramps. Sasatake. But this was good. So much layered here. I gotta give this a 5 out of 5. Like, you're building up different stuff and showing different sides, and we're getting good payoffs. You got me invested. In one episode, you got me invested in a side character, to where I'm hoping that Pandamon doesn't die for the sake of Gekomon. But please, the crew is going to help them out. They show up to help. We know that already. But I hope you're hiding Gekomon evolving at the end of this episode to save Kyodai Pandamon, right? I hope you just hidden it so that'll happen. Because going 7 episodes in without the main thing turning into something, that's wild. That's super wild. Let me know what you thought of the episode in the comment section down below. Do you agree with anything that I've said? Is there any of those little touches that I spoke on that really catch your eye as well? Let me know down in the comment section down below. Please don't forget, hit the like button. Subscribe if you have not. We're close to 500. We almost there. Share the video. Like the video again. Hit the notification bell so you be notified of more reviews like this one. And please visit that Patreon link in the description below. Thank you guys for showing up. Thank you guys for listening. I appreciate all of you. Please be good, be blessed. Wash those hands, drink some water. Be good to yourself, be good to others. Either way it goes, please don't be a jerk, all right? We have way too many of those, all right? And if you're feeling down and out, things are rough, things have gotten harder. Every week seems like there's always something new. And I know they can wear down on a person's mental and emotional and psyche. please reach out to someone. There are people out there that would rather talk to you today than to miss you and mourn you tomorrow. I promise you that. All right. Want to get a hold of me? My social medias are also in the description below. So give me a follow, give me a hello, be mellow, and we'll be good to go. All right. All right, Digi people. I'm looking forward to next week. I'll see you then.